Hi everyone and welcome back. It's Justine. Today I want to do a juice review, but it's also going to be like a mixture of a juice review and a vendor review. Now, I know that a lot of you are aware of all the trash talk that's been going on in different forums and on Facebook groups about Catskill Mountain Vapor Store and the owner, Richard Gatto. Now I just want to give you my opinion of my experience ordering juice through him and how I feel about the juice. A lot of the stuff that is being thrown out there all over the internet is that he's a fraud, he's a scam artist, he steals credit card info. I've seen so many different things, and I did go on the internet and I tried to find some proof to substantiate all these things that I'm hearing from people. I wasn't able to find anything. I did, however, find a lot of people writing negative things about the man and the company on a site called ripoffreport.com. The problem with that, I could go on ripoffreport.com and I can write a scathing review on any company I want, on any individual I want. That doesn't make it true. So if someone could come up with, proof of like an arrest or a felony, then I would say, okay, then you've got every right to, call this guy a scam artist and a fraud, in a public forum. But, if you don't have absolute proof to back up what you're saying about somebody, and you're saying things that could, you know, ruin a person's life, basically, you really need to be careful. That being said, I'm going to be very honest about my experience ordering through Catskill Mountain Vapor. Okay, so the juice that I ordered is rainbow sherbet, and I had originally ordered it in my usual 50-50 blend, and I believe I asked for 3 milligram. Shortly after I placed my order, and wait, I guess I should say, when you order there, no matter what size bottle you get, whether it be 30 mLs, which is 1 ounce, if you get 2 ounces, or if you get 4 ounces, which is this size bottle, I mean, it's large, it's always $15.50. I don't even think I paid shipping, but I can't remember now. It's been a while. Anyway, shortly after I placed my order, I got a phone call from the owner, Richard. He wanted to discuss the blend that I ordered and didn't feel that a 50-50 mix would be ideal for this particular flavor. I don't know exactly why, but whatever. So I said, okay, you want to make it, I think he meant, 80-20, which I do not like watery PG juices, but, I just let him go for it. Actually, no. My first bottle is 30 VG, so it's 70 PG. We actually chatted on the phone for a good 30 minutes. I thought he was very charming. I thought he was very nice. He told me a little bit about why he charges so little. One, so that people can afford to buy juice, and two, to show other vendors that they don't need to be charging $20 or $15 for a 1 ounce bottle. Whatever. Okay. So I think that was the end of our phone call. So a few days later, I got an email with the tracking number, just as you usually do from vendors when they send your package. But then, like a few hours later, I hear my answering machine picking up, and it's Richard calling to say hello and to give me my tracking number over the phone. Why? I already have it emailed to me. I don't understand all these phone calls. At first I thought it was cute, and I thought it was, nice vendor relations and, discussing the ratio of my juice. In retrospect, it's just kind of creepy. Then I got the juice. It took about a week. He told me that There are 18 different flavors in this juice, so it was going to take a few days for him to actually mix it. Also, in case you don't know, Richard is completely blind, has been since birth. So I would think that him taking a few extra days to make juice is, understandable. So I did get it about a week later, and I opened up the bottle, and I sniffed. And I said, holy crap, that is really fruity and really, really, really strong. And then I looked down at the bottle, at the label. Now remember, I ordered 3 milligram. And then he had told me, I believe, in a Facebook email that he made it 4 milligrams. But when I received the bottle, it says, I don't know if you can read that. I don't know if you can read it, but it says 12 milligrams. 12. So I tried it anyway, and it didn't even feel like 12 milligrams hitting my throat. It felt more like 20. It was so strong and so scratchy that and on top of it, it was so sweet and so flavorful. It was just too much. So I emailed him and I said, Richard, dude, I asked for 3 milligrams. You said you were giving me 4. The label says 12. He said, oh, my stepson mislabeled it. I'm sorry about that. And I was like, okay. Could have told me before I got the bottle or changed it on the bottle. And I think I did mention that, yeah, I must have. I mentioned to him, why didn't you cross it out and write 4 milligrams on it? And he said, well, people have told me that it looks unprofessional to cross things out on labels and then, rewrite something. And all I can think to that is, what is more unprofessional? Crossing out a number and putting in the correct number, or sending a mislabeled label? And if anything, put a new freaking label on it. Okay. So, when I told him that I didn't believe this was only 4 milligrams, I said it's ripping my throat apart. He goes, oh, well, I add something to the juice for a greater throat hit. Excuse me? What, you add something to... I didn't order anything added to my juice for throat hit. I didn't specify it. It isn't an option when you order juice to add throat hit, I don't believe. No, there's sweetener, and I think that's it. Anyway, wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though he's obviously adding crap to my juice I don't want, he suggested that he would make me another bottle. And I said, look, it's not just the throat hit. This liquid is so sweet that it is unvapable. I mean, I simply, I can't. It is like, it's like liquid cotton candy, but with, rainbow sherbet flavors in it. So then he said, all right, well, I'm already mixing up another thing of that same flavor for somebody else. I'll send yours out tomorrow, he said. Well, 2 weeks later, I still didn't get it. Dropped him a quick email. Don't know if he's still planning on sending a new one. If not, it's fine. We're all square. No, I'm sending it. Okay, he sends it. And this one is 3 milligrams. And this one is 20% VG. So now it's 80% PG. The flavor. I get mostly lime. I think I get some strawberry. I mean, it is kind of like tutti frutti-ish, The vapor for 80% PG, it's good. But again, it is not, this one is not as sweet as the other because I asked him to cut out most of the sweetener, but it is so over flavored that it actually makes my stomach hurt. Like, it's making me feel ill right now. He had mentioned on the phone that he doesn't believe most vendors flavor their juices enough. And I said, oh, well, I like my juices around 20%. I said, that's pretty strong flavor. Oh, I do mine 30, sometimes 33%. Okay, now I understand. I really do not like that much flavor. I don't like watery juices, which is what I got. I can't, there's nothing positive that I can say about the 2 bottles of juice that he sent. There's not one positive thing I can say. It's a big waste of all this PG and VG and 18 flavorings, because it is just over the top sweet, over the top way too flavored. I never again want to vape a juice that's flavored at 30% or more. Never. Um, so I guess, no, that's not all I've got, because I did just go to his website a little while ago. It seems that now there is no option to add nicotine to your juice. So I guess he's just selling zero nicotine. I don't know what the story is behind it. I don't care. This was my first and last experience with this particular vendor. And I'm sorry that I had to be harsh, you know. I've been putting off this review for like 2 or 3 weeks because I don't like to be all negative, you know. I want something positive to say, but the vendor himself became creepy to me. Um, the juice is just blech, in my opinion. I mean, I know that there are people out there that enjoy his juice, and that's great. But for me, the quality is just not there. Um, so I guess that's it. You know, if you're curious, it's catskillmountainvaporstore.com. Um, and that's really all I've got for now. Again, I'm sorry I had to be such a downer, but I also have to be completely honest or I won't be me. Alright, so until next time, vape your faces off.